This is a story that is so hard to believe in the video game world. Uh, I just I had to watch the video and read everything I could like several times because what 2K Games slash Gearbox slash the Borderlands 3 team has done to one of their most popular Borderlands YouTubers is beyond fiction. Let me start by telling you that they hired goons to go to this man's house and intimidate him over leaking some Borderlands 3 information that he obtained from a public stream. From what I can tell, based on how I understand the story, I'm going to let Supmatto use some of his own words here because he can explain it better than I can. On July 25th, two goons showed up at his house after some information had been leaked on his channel. Information that 2K Games had struck down, issuing 4 strikes in an attempt to silence, in my opinion, or take down his entire channel, in my opinion. He had discovered a test username or something like that from Twitch, the Borderlands 3 team, acting on it as if it were yet another code, because remember the Borderlands 3 reveal had all these codes in it. They found out that it was a Twitch user who was streaming some testing, and they found out some more information. Then what can only be described as ridiculous, 2K Games, Gearbox, hired some local goons to show up at this YouTuber's house. Now, I'm going to need you to help spread this video everywhere. 2K Games needs to answer for this because as of right now, this YouTuber is quitting or walking away at least for several months. I can't blame him. It has to be, as I don't know if he has a family. I think he does. Well, everyone does, but an immediate family. And I can't imagine what it's like. Well, actually, I think I can. This is somebody who's clearly been playing Borderlands, he says, for 5 or 6 years straight. Huge fan of the franchise. Basically being intimidated and targeted by a billion-dollar corporation, 2K Games. Why would he ever want to come back? If all you've ever streamed is Borderlands, why would you want to promote them, make them money? It's the same way I felt about Magic the Gathering. When I was banned from Magic the Gathering, I ended my YouTube channel because I didn't want to promote their product anymore. Listen to this.
On Thursday, July 25th, private investigators showed up to my home, trespassed on my private property, and questioned me. I was very tense, as many of you could imagine, having 2 people in suits you don't know show up to your home. As lawyers, law enforcement, and family have said, I probably shouldn't have spoke to them, but I did because I don't feel I have anything to hide. They questioned me about various things relating to my channel, the live stream that was discussed on my channel, which we will get to later, and they told me they were from Take-Two Interactive. I later, after researching on LinkedIn, discovered that they were contracted by Take-Two and that they have a private firm where they do various things that private investigators would do. We discussed SteamDB, the rainbow rarity, which was found in the code by Kobe, and more. I don't remember it all because, as I said, it was tense and I was definitely uneasy, but I think we spoke for maybe 30 or 40 minutes.
What they were mostly concerned about is how they found the stream, the development stream, basically thinking that this YouTuber was some sort of elite hacker. And yes, you absolutely should not have spoken to them, but I understand being naive to that. Most of us probably would feel like you did. You have nothing to hide. But on the stream that Take-Two, Gearbox, Borderlands 3 team, however you want to qualify it, put out publicly, here's what he had to say.
As I've said, it's not some crafty workaround. On April 29th, the official Borderlands YouTube channel posted the reveal of the Twitch extension leading into the gameplay reveal, which we were all stoked about. And the name of the testing accounts were exposed in that video, as we've now learned. This wasn't found by me. It was also posted on various platforms like Reddit and other social medias. That's how it was brought to my attention. So quite a few of us decided to follow these accounts because, well, simply put, but we could. Again, this was all very public, and it was shown to about 185,000 viewers at this point, and the channel name appears at 052 on the video when they demonstrated the super cool integrations that they've been working on, where we can, basically become bosses or do the Moxie Mixer stuff, or in this case, actually win gear watching our favorite streamers.
And where this Borderlands YouTuber seems to want to take the high road, you know me, I live on that low road. And everybody I see covering it seems to be afraid to call out 2K Games. Well, I understand why you might feel that way. I understand wanting to protect what you have. I understand looking at the situation where 2K Games issued several strikes to this YouTuber's channel, ended up allegedly getting their Discord server removed, sent goons to their house. Well, I promise you, 2K Games, I highly recommend you don't do that with me. What you've done is ridiculous. This was 100% your fault. You exposed your own development Twitch accounts publicly. Okay, so how is any of this YouTuber's fault? And who do you think you are sending people to this guy's house to intimidate him? I sincerely hope anybody, and I know I've been hard on Randy Pitchford, and I know a lot of my viewers probably aren't huge Borderlands 3's fan, but I highly recommend people strongly reconsider buying Borderlands 3 until they make this right. This was a ridiculous overstep.
So this actual Twitch account was linked to all of the other Twitch accounts. They all just had names where it looked like somebody ran their hand across the keyboard. We didn't know if it was coded messages like previous stuff or if it was random. I, again, had it brought to my attention elsewhere, and it was exciting. It was absolutely exciting, and that's why we decided to check it out. I'll say straight up that it was something we forgot about, but notifications on the Twitch platform tipped us off on it.
So obviously it's reasonable, I think, to see how they might have viewed it as some sort of cryptic code, since that was all of the Borderlands 3 marketing. Maybe not. Maybe they were waiting for Borderlands 3 to make a mistake and stream something on this development test stream. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Borderlands 3 and 2K Games are the ones that put this information out there in the first place.
The 26th, I received 7 copyright strikes, and one of them still stands. I don't know how the others were revoked. I've wondered if YouTube helped me out, or maybe they were retracted. I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. I'm not going to assume. Now, according to the YouTube rules, if you receive 4 strikes in 3 months, that's it, and the channel is terminated, which I fully expected to happen, and it didn't. As I said, some of the strikes vanished, so the channel stays for now. These strikes were manually placed by 2K CMS, and the only one that remains is set to expire at the end of October.
So we have some leaks that 2K Games, all right, abuses the YouTube copyright system to take down. If these leaks were printed on Kotaku or Polygon or any of these other websites, they couldn't do anything about it. But because of YouTube's broken system, they can bully this small YouTuber as a gigantic corporation because, again, it was their screw up all along. And I don't want to hear any Borderlands fanboys talking about how he's only mad because he got caught. It doesn't matter. That doesn't excuse what 2K Games did at all. All right? It was their mess up. Theirs and theirs alone. Just because YouTubers covered it or uncovered it doesn't change the fact that it was their fault up front. They should never have made that information public. And this YouTuber, by the way, isn't in any under any NDA, or he's not under any obligation to not report on things. This is a dangerous precedent, okay? If information comes out, but YouTubers specifically are vulnerable to corporations silencing them, causing their entire channels to be potentially shut down, while no other medium has at anywhere near this amount of risk. This is a problem.
Now let's address the Discord server. After the PIs left within maybe 20 minutes, the Discord server was gone. It was terminated. My account was terminated, and that account and server were terminated for, and I quote, being involved in selling, promoting, or distributing cheats, hacked, or cracked accounts. It says nothing about who claimed that this was going on, whether it was Discord or elsewhere. Again, I won't assume who did it. I will say that, of course, I haven't done those things, but I will say that the email also appears to be very automated, so it's probably just a catch-all. I'm sorry to you guys and girls that thought you were banned. I'm sorry that you don't have a place to chat. I feel guilty about that.
Now I'll say what he is unwilling to say, as he's probably been smartly informed on what to say and what not to say. This is a man that is now wanting, at minimum, to walk away from YouTube for several months. He's alluded to the fact that he isn't sure he'll ever want to come back, and I don't blame him. To me, it's very clear that 2K Games or Gearbox have reached out to Discord to have this Discord closed. There's absolutely no other reasonable conclusion given everything else that's going on and given the timeline. Think about what the precedent that has been set now by 2K Games, Gearbox, and the Borderlands 3 team. Think about that before you pre-order their game. Think about that before you buy in later. Think about what us taking this sitting down is going to do to the rest of the independent commentator community. If we take this lying down, then they're going to do it to more people. And companies like EA and Blizzard and Activision, they're all going to get in on it too. We cannot let them push us around. We cannot let them silence him. And dude, I hope you think better of it. I hope you find a different game to support for a company that won't bully you for covering their game, giving them years of free marketing. Ooh, you shared a leak. Big deal. It's their own fault. And the Borderlands 3 team, Gearbox, 2K Games should all be ashamed of themselves. This is ridiculous. Share this video far and wide. Make sure anyone who's considering purchasing Borderlands 3 sees how they treat a fan.